So you have been our God and our guide. In our going out and our coming in, ministering to our needs, supplying us because our need for our sustainability, we need to appreciate it. Join me to praise God in this worship song. Ọlọ́run tó pa wá mọ́ láti January.
Or I was a domestic staff in his house. It's very unfortunate that at this time, after so many years of democracy, we would have a National Assembly being run by such dictatorship. It's so
good evening, all, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Hello, sir. I see you. Good evening, sir, and welcome. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. It's gonna be fun. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. Today's lecture concerns every single person, concerns children and the aged. And by God's grace, we will walk away with something that will decrease pain in our lives going forward. Especially as we get older, pain is too much. And sometimes we have to waste money to go through surgery. Some people are going through knee surgery, back surgery, traveling abroad, wasting money. I believe that is soon going to be a thing of the past. So that's my prayer. Oh, this is fun. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Mayor. It's good to see you. Okay, so we usually play around because some people end up joining a little later in the beginning. So I will just first of all start. And I also found out that many people, there are so many new people that join each time because in the past, I just quickly jump into the presentation and I don't bother introducing myself. And some people will like to know who is this human being that is talking, and maybe why is her mouth so sharp about health. And so I want to start by telling you a little bit about me. So my journey on this wellness path, let me mute everybody. Please mute your mic for me. Thank you. Okay, so once again, welcome. My name is Dr. Susanna. My core medical background for the purpose of this presentation is in two places. The first one is I did lifestyle medicine in Harvard Medical School. And the second one is that I did, I've also, I have a master's in preventive and promotional medicine. And why that preventive and promotional medicine master's is very important is because my story, as you may all know, is that my mom and dad, as they got older, they got so sick and they would have never lived to enjoy the fruit of their labor. I think it's every parent's joy to see their children grow and be able to stand before they leave Earth. So it's usually very detrimental to parents, even on their dying bed when they have young ones. And that's what's going to happen to me. So they started taking a lot of medication, but they were not getting better. So in the process, I started trying to find out what else is out there that can actually heal. Because I read it somewhere that we are supposed to self-heal. We are supposed to heal ourselves. And so then why are we not healing ourselves? What is out there? So in my research, I found my passion, which is now in what I'd call lifestyle medicine. Lifestyle medicine is a professional term. Um, as I will share on my presentation, I authored a book, and the name of the book is called Everything Heals. And one of the things, topics, or one something you will take from that book is that your very lifestyle can heal you, and your very lifestyle can kill you. So it's in black and white. I talk in the book of food as medicine. I talk about anytime you take your hand to your mouth, you're either healing yourself or you're killing yourself, like that. But some people didn't know the difference. So the book explains that. Now, why am I bringing up the book? Well, I was in the middle of introducing myself. Even before all of these lifestyle medicine, a master's in preventive and promotional medicine, and all of that, a lot of people don't know that my core background, I actually started my career from even the pharmacy background. So I'm a druggist, so I know everything about drugs. I have a doctor of pharmacy degree. So it's not that I'm anti-drugs, but I believe that we are not supposed to sit around, do nothing, and just be a drug warehouse. No, we need to do our own part to contribute to healing. We need to do our own part to contribute to strict drugs dependency. You can't just sit around and do nothing and expect to not be on 10 to 16 medications before you pass on. And we are not going to allow that. So this platform, for those of you joining for the first time, we call ourselves a sickness-free body community. We believe in sickness-free body. Definitely, malaria can come, but let it come and go. Headache can come, let it come and go. If you're sick, take your medication, let your sugar come down. If you have BP, when you take your medication, let it come down. The whole idea is that we want a sickness-free community, sickness-free body community, and that is what we are building. So every single Wednesday, we come together to talk about what can we do to stay healthy. And this is because there's so much on the internet. Even the AI is doing a lot of work for us on the internet, hearsay. And then most of the things are there are from another country, other countries. So what we talk on this platform, what we speak on this platform is from Nigerian African patient experience. That means if I gave you okra soup, if I gave you okra soup to take okra soup for 1 month and your sugar reduced, that is what I'm going to talk about. If I gave you water to drink and your ulcer went away, is documented in the clinic. That is what I'm going to talk about. So the whole idea is that this platform, the best part about this platform is that it gives us the African and Nigerian experience in the space of lifestyle medicine, and not just things that you're hearing. This is real life. This is based on testimonials. This is based on almost 10 years of practice in our clinic, etc. So today we are going to talk about posture. As I started to say earlier, your very lifestyle can either heal you, your very lifestyle can kill you. Now, when we say lifestyle, you can't believe something as simple as posture, how you sit, can make a difference down the line. You know, it will make a difference whether you're going to be on a wheelchair, whether you're going to go for surgery, whether you're going to be on pain medicine for the rest of your life. It makes just posture. So this platform, we talk about things that, you can't go and see a surgeon or a cardiologist or any of those doctors and here, except a lifestyle medicine specialist like myself, which I talk about how lifestyle and things that we would ordinarily take for granted can do so much for our health. So, fun fact, you see this our head, this big head or small head, depending. My own is medium, I checked. So some people have it big or small. I want you to write this down in your mind if you don't have a pen. It's about 5 kg, 5 kg, or about 10 pounds, 10 to 11 pounds, just the head and whatever is inside the head, the eye, the brain, this box, this thing that is sitting on your neck, this part is 5 kg. So just imagine a 5 kg bag of rice. Imagine a 5 kg dumbbell for those of you who go to the gym. If you carry, somebody asked how heavy is the bottle of water, and the answer was it depends. And the teacher said depends on what? It says it depends on how long you carry it and how you carry it. So if you carry a bottle of water up 5 kg, depending on if you carry it like this versus like that, it makes a difference. So this is the same story with this our head, because today we are talking about posture and how your posture can either heal you or kill you. When I say kill you, it means keep you on medications that will destroy your kidney, your liver, and make you miserable. I so much appreciate those medications because if you don't take it, you cannot sleep at night. But what if we have opportunity not to even be on those medications? So that is where we are heading. I'm going to share my slide now, and then we will just quickly go through it and then take it from there. So once again, welcome. And for those of you who are joining for the first time, welcome. Those of you joining from United States, I know that there are many people joining from the US, the UK, the East, the North, the South, South Africa. There's one South African here. At least I know she's very consistent. And everybody joining from everywhere, welcome. So I'm just gonna open up the slide and share my screen, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, let's see, how do you share the screen again? Share screen. Okay. Okie dokie, broadcast. Alrighty. Okay, so we're sharing the screen now. Okay, so once again, welcome to the platform. Today is about your posture and your health. I started the presentation, this class today, by telling you a little bit about myself, my background, and why I am so passionate about preventive medicine. And as I was saying, my parents were almost victim, and in fact, they almost died until lifestyle modification brought them back. And I made a promise that if this would help my parents, everybody will hear about it and nobody will suffer the way they suffered. And then, so this is that. Now, I want to quickly, for those of you who have not seen this book before, I know many people have, it's called Everything Heals. It's in the clinic. I think it's just a bonus book. I think they sell it for like 5,000 or less. this lecture is not about selling a book or anything. As you all know, we don't sell anything on this platform. But the reason I'm bringing it is because for those of you who have read it, there's a chapter on it that talks about how your very lifestyle can heal you and how your health is in your hands. So that's why I've not done this before, but if you have the book, go back and read it. And then if you don't have it, try to get a copy. So that's that. So today is about your posture and how your posture can heal you / not heal you. So I was starting to talk about your head. Let me use my own head. No, I'm not going to use my own head. I'm going to use these guys. So you see, I want you to look at this picture. This is your head. So look at the person number one. So it says, this is American, so it says 10 to 12. So this is averagely 5 kg. So the weight of your head is 5 kg. But if you bend your head forward a little, like to the front, a little to the front, about 15 degrees, that head, which was 5 kg, that can easily distribute, your neck can carry it and your body can, that head weight to the nerves and everything that supports your head and your head weight is felt on your body as 25 pounds. So 25 pounds is about 10 to 15 kg. Kg is multiplied by 2.2. Now, if you now move your head forward more, you're carrying a 40-pound head on your neck, and your neck start having issues. And then, as you tilt forward, you see your head becomes as heavy as 60 pounds. That is almost 25 kg bag of gari or 25 kg bag of rice is what you're carrying and how you're straining your neck. Many people don't even know this. So from now on, anytime you want to use your cell phone, carry your hand up and then look on the phone so that way you don't have to be straining your neck, because almost everybody will end up, when they're old, they look like a little bit, bent over to the front. And it's because of how we have been using our head. And now there's something called tech neck, that is technology neck. So, and I also noticed that a lot of directors, especially in ministry, in the ministry of all the ministries, most of them, they retire with cervical spondylosis. And for your information, the number one spondylosis, there are many spondylosis, is cervical spondylosis. So the objective of this presentation is actually to educate participants on importance of posture. So remember, I said your posture can heal you or harm you. It impacts overall health, and you're going to see how. And then we are going to talk about practical ways to actually maintain proper body alignment and for wellness. Someone is like, oh, Dr. Susan, why posture? Posture, because this class, we are going to talk about everything that was not obviously contributing to your pain. God has already blessed you with graceful aging, with years to your life and life to your years, and then you have to end up suffering from pain of some kind. No, we don't want that. So that's why we are going to talk about posture today. If you already have a damage from poor posture, first of all, I want to say sorry. But secondly, this lecture will actually help you relieve pain. But more importantly, it will also help you prevent further damages. Because you know what? If you go to a pharmacy, they might be quick to give you a medication, but they may not have the time or even the know-how to teach you how to prevent further damages. So part of my introduction is that if you've ever heard or been told, sit up straight, you just say it, maybe you're thinking about your life, you're thinking about the economy, or you're just thinking you won't even know when you've humped, you're slouching or sitting anyhow, or maybe you're just in your head, you're relaxing and you just sit anyhow. And somebody says sit up, you may not have realized that this is a great advice for your overall health. Maintaining good posture can not only make you look more confident, it can also prevent a range of health issues like back pain, headache, fatigue, indigestion. You're going to be shocked what poor posture is doing to you. And that is why I say just come every Wednesday. Some Wednesdays may be your Wednesday. Some people are like, oh, it's not my thing, because another time we are going to talk about oral hygiene and why oral hygiene can contribute to longevity. You'll be so shocked to know that. So that is what we are here to do. Now, if you have been noticing any of these problems, okay, so you need to take a closer look at your posture, okay? So I'm talking the headaches, the fatigue, and back pain. We need to revisit your posture, okay? I know that this is not such a perfect picture, but it starts from the classroom. Look at this one. It says 50% of students report having poor posture in standing or sitting. They just sit anyhow because maybe they see their parents sit anyhow. Nobody taught us, except there will be a policy, like in Japan, they teach them how to sit. So why won't they live longer and have less pain? But here, nobody, except as a girl, they'll tell you, close your leg. That's the only one that I remember, that our grandparents, close your leg for the girl. For the boys, you sit anyhow. And maybe this is why there are so many men with back problems. I don't know. Another study here says 78% of students report experiencing pain in their neck, shoulder, and so if you have children, grandchildren, you will make sure they don't suffer what you have suffered or what you have seen your mother, your family, or your boss suffer by starting to correct them. When they're leaving the house, if their backpack, they're wearing it on one side of their body to do swag. No, tell them to use the two straps and evenly distribute the backpack, and then watch how your children are sitting and correct them. Another habit you can form when you're going out for your morning walk, for minimum of 15 minutes of that morning walk, put your hand on your back, hold your hand in your back like this, and just walk. Minimum 10-15 minutes. You do that after 1 year, you will see the difference. Or within 1 year, you will see the difference. Now, that 1 year difference is going to save you for the rest of your life. Okay, so let's talk about good posture and bad posture, okay? So, you see this woman, you see this man, this is good posture. The man is standing where it says good. The man is standing up straight, okay, feels good, communicates better. But this poor posture, even if somebody is walking to you and want to talk to you about the best thing, just looking like this, you may not even want to listen to the person. But the most important thing is that this posture is affecting the health. So, what is posture? Posture is that position which we hold our body while standing, sitting, lying down. Today we are going to talk about how we even sleep on our bed. Okay? It is more than just physical stance. It reflects our health, our lifestyle, and even our emotions, as you can see. You see, if a child wants to come and report something bad, see, they will just be bending their head and everything. So you can see that posture has something to do with communications and even emotion. So why are we talking about this posture? Good posture will help your bones and your joints be in proper alignment, number one. Two, reduce wear and tear. Wear and tear, everybody will eventually have it. So eventually somebody will have either, degenerative spine disease. Some people will have a slip disc. Unfortunately, even cancer can metastasize to the bone and start another kind of bone issue. We have osteoarthritis, we have rheumatoid arthritis, even though that one is mostly inflammation, etc. But good posture is going to help maximally decrease that wear and tear that would have naturally happened anyway. Okay? It helps the wear and tear of also the muscle and prevents strain on the body. So, posture. In all of this, what I want you to walk away with is that in the end, it's just gonna come down to consciousness. The first consciousness, the easiest one, the one that is helping me as Dr. Susan, is just this my head. I'm very conscious of the fact that if this my head is 5 kg, if I tilt it forward, my neck to 60 degrees, my neck is experiencing 25 kg strain on the neck. If you do 25 kg strain on the neck, eventually you're going to have a curved back. And once you have a curved back, you compress your lungs. You've already started shortening your life. You compress your liver. You cannot detox as well. You compress even your GI tract. You don't. You start having indigestion, etc., etc. Just from poor posture. You cannot believe that. Now, poor posture, on the other hand, is a silent enemy. It's not obvious to people. It's a silent enemy that contributes to pain, fatigue. I'll tell you about the fatigue in a minute, reduces confidence, and then long-term health challenges. So, why does posture matter? Number one, structural balance. Structural balance. So, is proper posture keeps the spine, one, muscle and joint aligned. If your muscle and your spine and your joints are not aligned, you're going to have issue. For example, anytime you're sitting down, your knee and your hip should align at 90 degrees. Anytime it's not aligned at 90 degrees, you're hurting your back and you're hurting your spine. Okay. Good posture also affects breathing and circulation. So an upright posture expands your lungs, improving oxygen intake and flow. Now, you wonder, why am I tired? Some people are always tired and they don't know why they're tired. If you're sitting up straight and you're taking a deep breath in, out, it's so beautiful. Like you can feel your lung expand, grab all the oxygen possible, sends it to the blood, and it goes all over your body. It goes to your brain, it goes to your feet, it goes to start off all the metabolic activities. It goes to do so much. It gives you so much energy. But if you don't even take the time to breathe, number one, for those of you that are not doing your oxygen as medicine therapy, then number two, your posture is further decreasing how much oxygen gets to the blood. And then, God forbid, you're angry when you're doing shallow breath. You see where the problem is. You do that long enough, you're going to be tired. So, people did not know that posture contributes to poor circulation and even breathing. Digestive health. Sitting hunched after meals slows down digestion and causes bloating because you're going to trap a pocket where you're not supposed to. Bloating and reflux, like acid reflux and stuff. Also, posture, mental well-being. Good posture is linked to higher confidence, reduced stress, better mood, okay? And work efficiency is also, posture contributes to that. So nobody talks about posture, but see how much it does for us. And when we are not paying attention, we get a victim for something so small that would have contributed to longevity and graceful aging. Okay, let's talk about effect of bad posture. Musculoskeletal problem. You're going to end up with back pain. Back pain. Yes, pregnancy can cause that. Pregnancy for men and for women can cause back pain. Okay, so when I say for men, like men that have distended stomach, when the stomach is like farther than your head, you will have back problems. Not everybody, we've talked on this platform that yes, what I'm talking to is generally. It may not directly apply to every single person. So if it doesn't apply to you, does not mean it will not apply to your neighbor or somebody you know. So, but in general, when you have a big shooting out stomach, when you're old, back problem usually sets in. So that is why a lot of women have back problem that came because of pregnancy and carrying such a big baby in the stomach and stuff like that. So you hear like your grandmother and people saying back problem, etc. So back pain, bad posture contributes to back pain, neck pain, shoulder, joint degeneration. When you have back pain, you come to the clinic. The first thing they will tell you, go do X-ray or go do MRI. When you go to do it, they will tell you, oh, you have either some kind of a degenerative disc or a pinched nerve or a different things. For example, if you look at where it says spine deformities, so that is number 3. You see, slouching may cause kyphosis. So there's kyphosis, there's scoliosis. So what is kyphosis? This one is like a hunchback. Like your body is. When you see a typical picture of an older person who they think did not age gracefully or whatever, you kind of have like a hunch over type of a thing. So that one is kyphosis. Then scoliosis is like maybe the people that used to carry handbag on one side, you see like an S type of shape. So the spinal cord, instead of just being straight down, it looks like an S shape. S. So all of this is still going to bring wahala. Okay. So effect of bad posture, you're gonna end up with kyphosis, scoliosis, even herniated disc. So, the disc, like slip disc, degenerative disc, all of that, then it will pinch the nerve around that area, the nerve, and it keeps sending this signal to the brain, and you keep taking all kinds of paracetamol, albuterol, cocodamol, Ibex. There's no pain medicine that somebody will not take. But guess what? The spine does not regenerate very fast. And that is why the doctors will quickly tell you, oh, we can just do a simple surgery and you'll be back. That surgery is not that simple sometimes. They don't tell you everything. So why am I saying this? It's not that you should not do the surgery if your pain is like that bad, but if you can prevent not even getting there. That is why we are here. And then if you can do something else, I would go for that first. Then if that doesn't work, then I'll go for surgery. Okay. Bad posture can also affect headaches and fatigue. Sometimes when you feel like you have headache, please just drink water and sit up straight and take deep breathing exercises. If you cannot sit up straight, lie down flat back and take deep breathing. If you have issues, you can elevate your head a bit properly. Some of you are using the wrong pillows. So depending on your pillow, you're gonna end up with either shoulder pain, back pain, etc. You can use the one that, they now have this new type of pillow that, takes the form of your body, etc. So I think most people should change their pillow and maybe rotate their mattress. Some people think that once you have your matrimonial bed, that is the one that you must finish on top of. No, bed have expiration date. It's just not spoken about much in Nigeria. So, but even if you don't want to change your bed, you can at least flip it over, assuming the other side was on a flat surface, so you can get a good sleep and stuff. So your bed, if it's too soft, some people just prefer to lay something on the floor, on the ground, and lie down there, and you feel so good and stuff like that. So, and that's why you spend 1/3 of your life is spent on a bed. 1/3. The other 1/3 is probably spent sitting. So if you don't pay attention, you see how these things, we didn't even realize that, and the thing will end up hurting us. So please invest in a good sleeping space and a good chair. Poor posture can contribute to poor digestion. So you can see compressed abdominal organs lead to indigestion. Actually, it see the last one here, restricts breathing. So lung and oxygen. So when you don't have enough oxygen going in, your brain does not have, it cannot work well. So you'll be tired. Your body, your heart, everything you just be fatigued. You get headache. So drink water, sit up, take a deep breathing, and you'll be okay. All right, so here is the effect of good posture. As I said before, support muscular skeletal health. It prevents back pain and neck pain and all of that. Enhances breathing and circulation, boosts digestion, increases energy, etc. For those of you that are a little bit much younger, I know that like the older people, we prefer to go for morning walk, just walk. But if you're not investing in building your muscle, see, your back muscle and your core muscle, that is your abdominal muscle, for those of us that still have anything remaining, your back muscle and your core, the stomach muscle, is what supports the spine to stand up straight forever. Please let me repeat that. If you don't have good back muscle and good abdominal muscle, it's gonna be tough. So as we lose 1% of every year after the age of 40. You're just losing 2 to 5% every year of your muscle mass. It just goes. It goes with age. That one, whether you're a saint or a sinner, you're losing muscle. And that's why when you were younger, you had a lot of muscle, but as you get older, you see it's a little bit flabby. Now, like the men, if you look at the scrotum of a man, when you were younger, it's like standing way up. And then you're like, what happened? When you're older, it drops. If you look at the woman's hand, there's something called love handle. No, not love handle, mother hand or something. They lift their hand, there's one jiggly thingy. That jiggly thing, they were not born with it. It's just that with age, the muscle just went away because you did not invest on that muscle. And how do you invest on muscle? There are only two ways, primarily. The first one is that you have to have adequate protein daily. Okay, we've had a protein lecture. And then also you have to exercise that, have a way to strengthen it. But it's a deliberate effort. So whether, at least my own thing is that you now know that you'll be losing muscle every year as you get older, number one. Number two, if you don't have good back muscle and good core muscle, you cannot have a very straight spinal cord. So, top, we've heard it. All right. So for those of us that sit like this to use our computer, never, ever, ever, because there's no way you're not gonna age at having one of those S shape or hunchback. And then it's not only the cervical, it's not only cervical spondylosis, it can strain any part of the back, of the spine. So, there's L4, there's C4, all of the whole spine from beginning to the end is labeled. So that's where the doctor will say, oh, it's the L4, it's the C, this, is the that. Is how they label the spine. So just this posture can mess up anyone, starting from the top part. Okay, so everyday causes of bad posture. Number one, prolonged sitting on a desk. Remember, I said a lot of directors, as they're retiring, they go home with this white collar to show, because maybe they just quickly jumped on the computer and they didn't know. There's something called tech neck. I mean tech neck. That's technology neck. Everybody's technology. There's a way so invest in this thing I'm using here. It's called a tripod. They sell it in even Miniso. You should always have a tripod. At least when you're talking, you can put it up there. It will prevent you from putting your head down. So buy a tripod and start using a tripod. And then for those of you that have a laptop, there's something called a laptop stand. Lift it up. All of this may sound like nothing, but trust me, 20, 30 years from now, you will thank yourself for listening. Okay, so here is things that cause bad posture. Excessive phone use. Let me tell you that you'll not even realize that you're bending your neck when you're reading one funny news or bad news, or maybe they're announcing election, or Ronaldo is about to score a goal, or I don't know what people see on the phone, but excessive phone use will contribute to poor posture if you're not conscious. Weak core muscle. I told you that abdominal muscle. If it's not strong, it will contribute. Carrying heavy bags improperly. You want to do swag, you carry it on one shoulder. You must never carry it. Better you put it on the top of your head. That is how our grandparents used to carry it, so that it can evenly distribute. But if you carry it on one side, maybe your handbag, all your life you carry your handbag on one side. If you're standing, if you look at it, your hand is one side is a little bit higher than the other. You'll be so shocked. You won't even know until maybe somebody takes a picture of you walking. And once you have that back and forth, you're already preparing for it. Inactivity, as I said, poor chair. Please invest in a good chair. If you don't, even if it's just a chair that is a wooden chair, but you will know when you're sitting on the proper chair. Some people want to do gaiman, like, I have a VIP looking chair, but every time you stand up from that chair, you feel pressure on your back. Any chair you sit, when you stand up, you feel a little bit of pressure, not pain yet. Let me tell you that by the time that pain is a very funny one. It will just be waiting small. One day it will kick in. And it will take you from, like, usually it was 2, it will go from 2 to 10. And when you're desperate like that, when they tell you to do surgery, you cannot talk again. Stress and fatigue also leads to, slumping or slouching, etc. Strategies for good posture. So how are we going to, what strategies? The first one, as I said, is awareness. I told you my own first awareness. The trick that Dr. Susan uses is that I don't like to do many things. I like to do only one thing. I'm a very focused person, one-minded person, and that's why I've picked this as my lifelong profession and career. So I just pick my head, that is my head. I will never carry more than 5 kg on my neck. So anytime I find myself going front a little, I know that I'm at 25 kg. And I know that once I strain my neck and I'm carrying 25 kg instead of 5 kg, later, something will happen. So you be mindful. That is number one. Number two, as I said, always try to put your hand back, hold your hand back like this, and walk around. It will also just bring to awareness that your posture is supposed to be straight. Workstation ergonomics. Adjust your chair. Remember, your knee and your hip, they're supposed to be at 90 degrees, and your feet should always be flat on the floor. So if you're sitting on a chair and you see you're doing your leg like this or like that, it means that you're twisting your spine. Strengthening exercise also engages your core, your back, stretching, routine, balancing, sitting, moving breaks after about 30 minutes. Did you know that a whole hour should not pass without you standing up? So if a whole hour passes and by the second hour you did not stand up, then you're going to have damage when you're older. So this is, small contributors to our graceful aging. After you work so hard, and then some kind of pain, I don't want to. Okay. And if you already have, it's because you didn't know. I'm so sure that people that are listening to this lecture, I'm like, Kai, I did not know. And just because you did not know, those are the people I really pray for all the time, that Heavenly Father, just because they didn't know, just help me heal them, let them be well, and start from and beginning. And I'm getting a lot of result from my prayers, and I'm sure you also pray for yourself as well. So just forgive yourself because you did not know, but now that you know, you're gonna do better. Okay, poor sleep posture. Use supportive pillows, as I said before, and medium to firm mattress. It should be at least a little bit firm. Carry load correctly. Use back part with both straps. Carry smaller load. When you go to ShopRite or any of those supermarkets, I don't care what I'm buying. Even if it's just to use my handbag, I'll carry that rolling one. I'll be rolling it. Because you might just carry a basket and you're there, you're like, let me just carry this gallon of olive oil because it's on promo. You will not know when you will just be carrying one thing, one side like this or like that. So just carry that stroller. If you have a kid in the store, put them and roll them. They will thank you very well. Okay. So this is what we are talking about.
It's better for you to put the money in Naira. When inflation comes, evaluation comes, at least you will still see your money you will still see your money. But online investment, if you put so much money in all this online investment.
Well done. Please mute your mic. Okay. So as I was saying, hang on one second. Okay. Okay, I've done this one. So this posture, so this is a healthy posture, and this is not a healthy posture. So that's why I said in the morning, after your morning, just put your hand behind. It will help to straighten this out. For those of you that you say, okay, I cannot build my core, you can actually wear like a girdle. So girdle actually keeps your body straight. They have girdle for men and they have girdle for women. It will actually support your back. Okay. So this is it. Okay, so practical posture check. You can, when I'm done, just stand on the wall, lean like this one, lean on the wall. You can actually check yourself, but your feet should be 6 inches from the wall. And then your butt, your neck, if your butt, your neck, and your shoulder can comfortably be placed on the wall, then you're still good. And then stand there. If you cannot hold that pose, then you already have issues. And guess what? You can even, before you get sick, you can actually, I shared it on this platform last week that we are building we are putting together a physiotherapy unit. And the physiotherapy unit, we are going to be very heavy on preventive physiotherapy. Because, please mute your mic, because people are doing reactive physiotherapy. So you must not wait until something is totally wrong with you before you go to a physiotherapist to ask, how do I look? What can I start working on? That's what we are doing on this platform. Number 2, phone check. Hold your device at your eye level. Like now, I said you can buy a tripod, or if you lift it at your eye level, you notice it's gonna be very tough initially, but with time, you will get used to carrying your phone up. I'm very, very conscious of my 25 kg head, because anything other than the right posture, I am carrying a 25 kg bag of rice on my neck, and I am tearing apart my skeletal structure and everything, and I don't want to do that. So you pick, what are you carrying on your head? Is it the 5 kg as God intended by just working on your posture, or you're carrying 25? Okay, sitting alignment. Okay, so sitting alignment, ensure that with your feet flat on the floor. So I have to hang on 1 second. Okay. Okay. So that is what you will do, okay? Alrighty, so rounding down, wellness benefit of correct posture. I've already talked about the benefit. If you start now, your back pain is gone. For those of you who have not started, but it will lessen your back pain if you start now, your neck pain as well. Improve breathing and circulation is another advantage. Enhance energy and productivity. Better digestion, increase self-confidence, and long-term musculoskeletal health. Okay, now before I conclude, because today is a short lecture, and why am I doing this lecture? It's just that some of us are not even conscious of the fact that our very posture can either heal us or kill us. Really, because people go for this surgery to correct a posture and they never come back. God forbid, nobody on this platform will that happen to. However, being aware of these things, what we are talking about today, is going to, at least, I believe in my heart, that it's going to make a huge difference. Now, let me wrap up, and then I'm going to talk about, if you already have the condition, what can you do starting today? Okay, so let me just wrap up. Every lecture, we have to remind us of these pillars of wellness. So this is the Dr. Physique pillars of wellness. There are many pillars of wellness, but the ones that we say, even if you're doing all the posture in the world, if you did not add this one, it's not complete. Okay, so it's like you baking your cake, but you didn't add, or bread, you didn't add yeast. It's not going to come out as bread. So it's holistic. So every Wednesday, we remind us that you should take your rest as medicine. That means when you're resting, don't think of, oh, let me just lie down and sleep and carry my phone. No, take it that this is my drug. that I must take this drug so that I will live long, so that my organs, my cells, my tissue can repair, so that I can, rest my brain so that it can work better and I don't have to have, forgetfulness and Alzheimer's and all kinds of medical conditions. And then so that my heart can rest and be able to work better tomorrow and I don't have to have consistently elevated BP. So you take your rest as your medicine. In fact, it's your first medicine. If you don't rest and repair, you cannot restore and heal. You pay attention to your energy level. You can get energy from sunlight. Sunlight is a very big medicine in our clinic because sunlight will give you, better serotonin. It's an antidepressant. We've done a lecture on happiness and depression. Maybe we will do another lecture on happiness again and how the sunlight directly contributes to happiness, number one, serotonin, number two, better sleep, number three, even the vitamin D contribution of sunlight, even if you take all the calcium in the world, if you don't have enough vitamin D, you cannot get the calcium to the bone to help you with this structural posture that we are talking about. We talk about oxygen as medicine, taking your deep breath. You take deep breath minimum 3-4 times a day because why? We never remember to breathe anyway. I know that God has taken over that function and sometimes we don't even have a reason to thank God. Not knowing that He has taken. Can you imagine that you forget to breathe? Yes, there's some woman who suffered from Alzheimer's, like very severe forgetfulness. And part of the forgetfulness is forgetting to breathe. Can you believe that you can forget to breathe? So depends on the part of your brain that this thing attacks. It can attack the part of your brain that helps you remember to breathe. And, so please take in that oxygen. Water as medicine, I will not go there because this is a summary. You're just a fish inside aquarium. If any cell outside of water, H2O with that oxygen, is a dead cell. So when you're dehydrated, you die faster. Your cells die, your tissues die, your organs die, and the whole person is gone. So dehydration kills. So please drink your water, if not for anything, to help transport those nutrients, to send the oxygen to the brain. Water is a lecture on its own. We talk about nutrition. How are you eating? When you take your hand to your mouth, are you healing or you're killing? Okay, nutrition. In the book, now I see it everywhere. In 2015 or 14 or whenever I wrote the Everything Heals book, there's a chapter there on food as medicine. Now I see the word food as medicine everywhere. I was like, wow, that message came to me as a revelation to start eating our food medicinally. And it's tough to eat medicinally because we are so used to eating the way we used to eating. So if you don't eat your food as medicine, you will surely depend on your medicine as food. That means it's medicine that will sustain you instead of food. So how do you eat medicinally? For us, honestly, focus on your caloric need. Everybody on this platform should know what is your basic metabolic rate. I can do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I wouldn't mind giving to everybody as a bonus, but I don't know how large this audience is. But let's just get started. I don't mind. I need everybody. Maybe one of the lectures I'll come and then maybe we do it together, we figure it out together or something. But you need to know what is your basic metabolic rate. That means what is in your car, you have a gas tank, and your gas tank of your car may be 100 liters. So if 100 liter is the max, and every day you put either 200 liters or 5 liters, it's not good. Now you have to know your maximum. So we should know at least what is your calorie requirement for your own body type and your activity. You need to know what amount of protein do you need on daily basis, because if you don't have protein, you cannot do a lot of things. Why I'm mentioning calorie and protein is because carbohydrate and fat, that is our culture. In fact, there's one woman, the way she cooks her soup, you must go through a layer of oil to get to the vegetable, come back through the layer of oil. So oil is not the problem. For the macros, when I say macronutrient is carbohydrate, protein, and the fats, etc. So maybe it's not overdone. If you've already listened to my lecture on nutrition, you don't have to come again for that one, but I will have to revisit nutrition, because if we eat like medicinally, nobody will be sick. Exercise as medicine. I have said it on this platform that what your body secretes when you exercise, if a pharmaceutical company can grab it and call it a drug, I'm not sure even Dangote will be able to afford it long term. It makes so much. It makes serotonin, endorphins, it makes your brain to work, it aids your digestion, it makes your muscle to build, it makes you beautiful, it detoxifies you on the skin. I don't know, like, wow. So that is your exercise as medicine. And the last one is detoxification. Detoxification, your body God has already put all the detox system in the body. Your body can detox. But you know what? Excess Maggi, excess salt, excess sugary food, excess alcohol, all of this was not part of the equation when our organs were designed. So any doctor can tell you your organs can self-detox. Okay, if it can self-detox, why are we having so much cancers and all kinds of inflammatory diseases? So these are the pillars so every Wednesday, we just have a reminder on the pillars of wellness. So that's the end. So in conclusion, your posture is not just about how you look. It's about how your body functions. Standing tall, sitting correctly, and moving with alignment can protect your spine, boost your health, and improve your overall quality of life. Remember, take care of your posture today, and it will take care of your health tomorrow. So that's my conclusion, and I will go to question and answer. I will go to the supermarket. I'll go to question and answer, and we'll take it from there. Thank you so much for your time. So that's that. Okay, before some people leave, because I noticed that once I'm done with the lecture, everybody runs away, which is okay. I think you should hang around a little bit longer, so that we can discuss what you can do. I'm going to share some natural remedies that you can do if you already have pain. But first, let's meet. God bless you. Thank you so much, Eunice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so it's time for question and answer. So I will, yeah, go ahead.
My hand is already up.
I know.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, dear.
All right. Some time ago, you told us that if one is above 50 and is exercising, maybe to drop weight, you need to do some weight lifting. You need to lift some weight to build muscles. But from tonight's lecture, we're here. You are telling us that we should avoid lifting or carrying weights. Please, can you clarify? Thank you.
Oh, okay. God, I'm so happy you asked that question because if anybody walked away with that message, then it's not correct.
Yeah.
Once you're above the age 40, 50, etc., rather than always doing walk, we need to lift slowly and gradually. You're already lifting your head, so that's not included. Okay, so don't say I will tilt my head forward and get a 25 kg. That's not what we are talking about. So you need to do a bit of lifting to build your muscle. So what I was saying is that while you're lifting your weight, you need to lift it correctly. So number one, if you're carrying a bag, don't carry on one shoulder and not the other. Number two, make sure that if you want to even go into body lifting, maybe a personal trainer should assist you so that you don't hurt your body. So please, I did not say we should not lift weight. We must lift weight. Small until we build up. You know, you can't go today and start at 50 kg. You can start at 5 kg dumbbell. So I hope I'm clear. So what I was saying is that your head is 5 kg on your neck. But if you tilt it forward by 60 degrees, it becomes 25 kg strain on your neck and your entire spinal cord, and it can cause twisting and a lot of other things. So that's the clarification. I don't know. Is that clear? Hello, ma.
Yes,
Is that
thank
clear?
Yes, ma.
I got you well. Thank you.
Okay, God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you
Good
so
evening,
much.
doctor.
Yes,
Thank
go
you.
ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the lecture. May God continue to bless you.
Amen, sir.
And I have two questions. One on sleeping position. I've heard that at times. I've heard that when you sleep, the fetal position is good, or lying straight, or lying on the back straight, maybe with pillow. So which one is better, the fetal or lying on the back with the pillow? And then the second one is I forgot it now. Okay.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
It will come back.
Yeah, it will.
Yes. Okay. So let me start with the first question. For sleeping position, the best position to sleep in, number one, is the most comfortable position. Let me repeat. The first is comfort, because no two persons are the same on earth. So first is comfort. But apart from comfort, on paper, research, and everything, the best sleeping positions, there are only two. Lying on your back, because when you lie on your back, number one, you're not compressing the organs and stroking up your system. When you're sleeping, even wrinkles will not come as much, etc. There are many reasons. So, and then also you will also relax your spine, assuming you're using the right bed and the right pillow, etc. So the back one is the number one. Then the second one is the fetal position, preferably to the left, lying on the left hand side of the left. So those are the two healthiest positions. As I said, comfort comes first, because if you're pregnant, you may need to lay on the other side, or if you have a heart failure, actually, instead of left, the right is better, like that. So it all depends, but the most important thing I want, because this is a large audience, so the most important thing is on your back is best, and then on your side, preferably on your left.
Okay.
You will
Yeah.
get the
The
most
second,
benefit.
the second one has come now. The second question.
Shebi, I said it will come.
Thank you. It's regarding exercise. In press up and squatting, are they good exercise too? If you don't carry weight or whatever, if you do press up and
Right, sir, God bless
squatting.
you for that question. So, there's something called free weight, which is the weight of your body. So, God has already given you your dumbbells. So, squatting, for me, squatting with many repetition, press up, or we call it push ups,
Push
with
up, yeah.
many repetitions, for me, is number one before anything else. So
Okay.
it's equivalent. The most important thing is that even planks, in another lecture, maybe I'll teach you how to do a plank. If you can hold a plank pose, it works from your brain to your feet. If you can hold a plank position. So some people can learn to hold a plank, but remember, when you're forming a new habit, your body does not like it. So if
Yeah.
you start doing this and you feel very uncomfortable, just know that your body said, nope, I don't want to do this. But it doesn't know that by doing this, you can actually live better and live longer. So yes, I thank you so much for that question.
Thank you very much, man.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, doctor.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you so much for the lecture. Highly enlightening.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, with respect to that is your response on the sleeping position.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, for many, when we were growing up, we were told that in lying down, we shouldn't lie with our chest up because of, I don't know, they say there are spiritual
Oh,
yes, implications if you lie with your chest up. For me, that was what the way we were brought up. So we should
yes.
always lie either facing down or on our left. So I don't know if it applies to many. So I'm just thinking, how do we reconcile this? I don't know if it has anywhere or if other people on the call here, if they ever heard that, or they also feel the same way.
Please,
That
have you people heard that before and feel the same way?
you shouldn't
Please,
lie with your chest up.
has anybody else heard that before? You know why I'm asking and talking is because, hello?
No, I
No,
haven't heard that before.
you've not heard that.
I
Okay.
think it's more of superstition.
Superstitious belief. Okay. There are so many things that, culture contributes a lot to health. A lot, positively and negatively. Now, if you grow up and your mother and grandmother, who loves you so much, says you have to sleep lying down on you so that maybe bad spirits will not come and sleep with you or sleep on top of you or whatever the reason is, you can't blame them. They came from a place of love and it sustained you till now, right? Okay, good. But now we have now gotten to the era where we are saying that, okay, you know what, medically, scientifically, what science shows is that if you sleep on especially as you get older, your muscle is not as bouncy as when you were younger. It flattens and you can actually compress your organs and stuff like that. But remember, I said something, comfort is first. So if all your life you're used to keeping your head down to sleep and it's not affecting you, please, by all means, there's something I said before. Dr. Physique type of medicine is doandlisten.com. That means listen to your body will tell you what is good. So if you're sleeping like that, you don't have ulcer, you don't have fatigue, nothing is wrong with you, no back pain, and you know in your heart that I feel good and I will live long with this, please, by all means. However, we now know when we bring science to it, science is showing that sleeping on your back and on the left side for the reasons which I have mentioned will actually do you more good than choking up your organs, and even some people say you get more wrinkles because of the friction, etc. So that is where we are. So, sir, now is up to you. So, but that is what we know. But I haven't heard it before either. Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, dear. Thank you, sir.
So I must talk every night. Every time I must talk. Now put the picture.
Hello, doctor.
Yes, sir, please. Hold on, no, somebody's talking much. Okay.
Hello, doctor.
Yes, sir. Please, you can unmute yourself and talk.
Thank you for the lecture, and very exciting lecture. I think, anyway, the person talked about partition on sleeping. I think most time this is when we're cookies. Parents must have introduced you to ensure you lie correct, right in a special way to know, not to kids, but now we're talking of an adult. It's because the major problem is adults. The children don't have much problem we have now. They can sleep and wake up. But once you're getting old at this age, you need to do techniques that help you to balance your system. And in sitting for a long time, one of the things I use that I have a smartwatch I'm using. The smartwatch is on my wrist, so that if I sit down and I'm sitting down for a long time, because sometimes you forget. So what this smartwatch does to me is to touch my body and shake me. Immediately I look at it, you tell me that you're sitting you sat for a long time, you stand up and walk. And then I take a walk, and after taking the walk, you tell me go and sit down again. Some of these are things somebody can use and to ginger him to avoid sitting for a long time in a place. Sitting is one of the problems. Okay. But one thing I want to find out that there's a problem we're having now with the kids. The kind of books they carry to school, and they put what they call it, is it the backpack, what they call it?
Yes.
The backpack. Sometimes it looks too heavy.
Yes.
Those kids. The way they carry it and they go to school and they bend.
Not hearing.
I think parents will look into it.
Yes.
Because if they grow up with it, the person will start talking that way.
Yes. You know what? You're right, because that's why when I started this thank you so much, sir, for your contribution. That's why when I started the lecture, I said that this lecture is for kids to adults. Please, those of you that are still allowing your grandchildren for birthday gift or whatever, give them a backpack, that rolling one, because these books are becoming too much. And then now some of them even have to carry a laptop on top of even though the laptops are light, some of them. So please buy that rolling one, the one that will be rolling for your children. I also observed that, and I wonder how do they do it. So these are some of the things, because I know that our prof, the one that is always contributing every Wednesday for me, talks about maybe bringing into policy, because that's one of the recommendations. In school, they teach the student how to sit down. They make sure that they don't carry too much of books home, provide locker for them in school, so that they take only what they need to take home, those kind of things. But we are not at that level where we are paying attention. And that is why this platform, you're going to use what you learn here and then look at your children, your grandchildren, and everybody else around you. And even in the airport or even in the supermarket, you don't carry, you rather do the stroller and everything. The whole idea is prevention. So if you prevent all of this, you will also get to live long. So thank you so much for your contribution. Can I take one last question, or can I talk about the
Yes.
people who already have? Okay, go ahead, please.
Hello, doctor.
Yes,
Thank you.
dear. Good
Thank you
evening.
so much. Good evening. God bless you.
Man, you too.
What you have been doing for us.
Thank you so much for that.
God pay you and God will reward you.
Amen.
Coming from my question is coming from the last week's lecture.
Yes.
Yes. The last question the person asked, she said she was asking on the use of Ozempic or Ozempic, I don't know.
Ozempic. Ma,
Ozempic,
unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Okay. The person is talking from the use of Ozempic, yes.
Yes.
I want to ask, how can one meet with you on how, when, and to use it under your close monitor?
Okay. Okay, Ma, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Okoye Mabel.
Okoye Mabel. Okay, so can you reach out to me and I will tell you everything you need to know about Ozempic and the different versions that are available and how to go about it.
Yeah, okay, I will do that. And
Just
how
send
to
me
get
a text message right away. Then I'll save your name and then we can talk at
All right, thank you.
Hello,
Okay,
Dr.
thank
Susan.
you.
Yes, dear.
Hello.
Hi.
Please, can you take the questions on the chat, please?
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sure. I will take the questions on the chat. Okay. So this one says, okay. This one says, what posture should a seamstress take? Well, the seamstress, it applies the same. You still have to take the 90 degree, your feet flat, and your knee to your hip should be 90 degrees, and your head should be as straight as possible. So better, maybe reduce your chair. You know, there's just some work that at the end of the day, you just have to suffer for it. However, just being conscious will decrease the suffering. The second one says, in compliance with 6 bottles of water therapy, should the water be hot, warm, or room temperature? Room temperature is very okay. You can mix it with hot or cold, but maybe if you're doing completely 6, 3 to 4 should be room temperature. Then the other ones you can alter the temperature, except if you're on a diet. Maybe you want to increase your metabolism, then you can now drink only extreme temperatures. So the room temperature is very okay. We don't like cold water too much in Nigeria because we eat too much of fatty food. It has a way of solidating the food. It doesn't allow for proper digestion. However, if you're on a diet and your stomach is totally empty and you want to use cold water to increase your metabolism, believe me, you can check it out online to show you that cold water still increases metabolism. But for our average, consumption, room temperature or hot water is all that we preach here. Another one says, please, let's revisit that nutrition lecture. Definitely, we have to revisit it. Because if you get it the way I have gotten it, just like I have never had a day that I'm lying down to be sick, you won't see that day again, honestly, because it's helping me and everybody that got it. But it's a little technical. I will do it. I will do it for us. We appreciate, okay. Personally, I prefer sleeping sideways because of snoring. Yes, sleeping sideways will also help your snoring. However, they prefer the left to the right, so it's okay. Many thanks, good night. When I sleep on my back, I would not be able to breathe. So for you who cannot breathe when you sleep on your back, then sleep on your side. But if you still cannot sleep on your side, you can sleep. Remember, the first one is comfort. And if you sleep on your back and you're not breathing, maybe we need to talk about it because you should be able to breathe anyhow you sleep, because that can signal somebody might have a sleep apnea or something. So that's not okay. You should be able to breathe in any position. If any position does not allow you to breathe properly, that's dangerous, and we are not going to play. So I've answered all the questions. Okay.
Thank you.
So that being said, I was going to give natural remedy for pain management. Okay, so there's something called if you have a full body pain, maybe your back is hurting you or whatever, you can actually do a Epsom salt bath soak. A lot of houses don't have bathtubs anymore. They just do a shower. But if you have a bathtub and you buy a whole box of Epsom salt, lie down there. For some reason, I need to really look at what's the mechanism of action behind it. Maybe it's the hot water or whatever. I will look it up properly, but it relieves a lot of pain. Number 2, turmeric, garlic, ginger, and black pepper. You have to add all those 3. Turmeric, garlic, ginger, and black pepper as a drink also helps with pain management, okay? Now, if you have, so because that is an anti-inflammatory type of a thing. So of course, if you have ulcer or other contraindications why you shouldn't use it, then don't use it. But I want to tell you that it helps. Then there's a product that we developed in the clinic called Inflammagon. That means inflammation gone. It's still mostly turmeric, black pepper, but we put barley max and barley, turmeric, black pepper, and I forgot what else. But for some reason, I think maybe because of how much turmeric to black pepper and how much ginger to barley, it's really, really helping. However, even if you cannot get a hold of the Inflammagon powder, which we have in the clinic, you can just make this mixture as a concoction and be using it as a tea. It helps. Some people should have hot water bottle in their house. Hot water bottle in their house is also helps. So you put it around that area to bring more warmth to the area. It also helps. If you're doing acupuncture helps. We don't do acupuncture too much in our clinic because our Korean physician that used to do it has traveled. But acupuncture for pain, for me, it's a lot better than just taking all manners of tablets forever and forever. So I recommend if you have a good acupuncturist who just knows where to touch to relieve the nerve pains and everything, I would prefer acupuncture to taking too much of NSAIDs and stuff that would destroy your kidneys and your liver, etc. Pain is not a joke. And then, of course, if you must go for that surgery so that it's done once and for all and you're okay, I think you should talk to me first so that I make sure that there's nothing left to be done. There's some electrodes that physiotherapists can place on your back to actually help relieve pain. Oxivite also relieves pain. So there are many ways around pain management. So the last thing I want to talk about as a bonus for people who stayed to the end is something called bone broth. Maybe I will do a whole lecture on bone broth. You go to the market, you buy the bones, you buy celery and onions only. You put this bone and you keep cooking it for like 3 to 4 days. Then you drain out the water, put it in containers and leave it in your fridge. And you drink it maybe 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Even if you have degenerative bones problem and this and that, it helps repair the cartilage. It does so much for the body. So I think everybody should have a bone broth therapy inside their fridge that they're drinking. So maybe another day we will talk more on how to make bone broth. So that's my extra, bonus for people who stayed this long. I just want to thank you so much for your time. God bless you always. Thank you for coming to hang out with us this evening. We will come see again next Wednesday. Please invite your friends, your family. Even if you try to tell them this lecture, it doesn't come out the same way. So please invite everybody to come to Wellness Wednesday. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Please, what did you call bone
broth?
Celery and what?
For me, I used to put 3 things. I used to put carrots, celery, and onions.
Okay.
And you keep filling it up with water. The water must always cover the bone. Some people even add 1 slice of pomade, but I don't want to get fancy. Just cook it plain, drain the water. That water is pure medicine for bone health.
Thank you, doctor. You are too much.
All right. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night. God bless all of you. Thank you. See you on Wednesday.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. God bless.